As usual, let's take a look at the packaging first. PepsiCo has made money in the past 2 years, right? There are also spokespersons. Now, this is China, a flower athlete you. It's not just a thin corrugated paper material. When opened from the side, the top layer is the phone stand. Now it needs to be put aside. There is a card pin on the tray, and below it is the guide to who you tested with and how to get started. There is nothing else, such as a water cover and charging head. It's very environmentally friendly. $40, it's understandable. So let's take a look at the 6.5-inch LCD water drop screen on the front of the phone. With a resolution of 10:0, when the screen was lit up, a familiar smell hit my face. When I started it, I found that there really was a high refresh rate, which was quite smooth, but I couldn't find any options in the settings. So, I could only check through the development options. After opening it, I found that I really had it. However, this was not enough. 92 only had an 88 Hz refresh rate test software, and it was indeed 2 words missing. It should be a hardware limitation. But this thing is different from Redmi and 14C. I tried it, and it has a global high refresh rate. So, although 14C has 120, this high refresh rate can only be unlocked by default. To unlock the global 120, just one operation is needed. You can watch the video of Qingzhong Lane. Okay, when we flip over to the back, the full plastic back cover means that the back panel and middle frame are integrated for maintenance. It's not about opening the back panel, but opening the screen back panel. The leather texture treatment on the back panel is okay, and it doesn't touch fingerprints. The lens design is quite familiar, but fortunately they don't fake it like killing a chicken. The main camera has a 13-megapixel imaging quality that is average. It can scan codes and sweep the floor. It has panoramic portrait, professional beauty, and night scenes functions. It can also be turned on in the settings. Smile face detection and facial attribute detection, such as this kind of sample for comparison. I really don't have any serious or cheaper machines, so I can only use the Redmi 14C, which is shipped from the factory. Please refer to it. The SIM card slot is placed on the left side of the body and supports 2 out of 3 options, which means either 2 phone cards or 1 phone card with 1 TF storage card. The volume and power buttons on the right side do not support fingerprint recognition. The top has extremely advanced 3-body technology, and the 3.5 headphone jack at the bottom is equipped with a microphone, PS10, but the weight isn't light. In actual testing, with the original factory film, it weighs nearly 230 grams and has a thickness of about 9.8 micrometers, which is still quite heavy to handle. In terms of system decoration, it still does not have its own OL and uses 3G. The biggest problem with the same model, Free Me Always, is that the system is not very good optimized. All night long, you can see that the notification bar is already full. With all the drop-down options being push notifications. Fortunately, all of these can be turned off and can be easily resolved. Additionally, as a mobile phone with a focus in targeting older generations, I believe it provides a simple mode to open and find that the desktop layout becomes simpler and more concise. It also has voice playback, such as calling and texting, dialing, and voice synchronization. The only drawback is that the external output is relatively small. Of course, I have no problem using it, but if older generations use it, I need to pay attention to it. In terms of mobile phone, it's just on each a small brand, so the parameters are not falsely labeled. When it comes to mobile phones, I saw the Ziguangzhan Ruihu Ben T606, which should have been released in 2019. It has 2 SoCs and CPUs, with H5 plus 6A5 forming the highest frequency, only 1.67 Hz, and GPU is horsepower, G57. In the geek's question, SCPS 12 belongs to the bottom tier category, with performance basically comparable to my brother's Hello P60, Xiaolong 666, although it is commonly used. Please watch a video and send it. It's not a big problem. But as the applications become more and more bloated, many applications are scrambling to give themselves and then lend you some money. To be honest, it's hard not to get stuck, right? As for the game, I believe many people want to know, $40, whether they can play the game or tell you first, can play a little surprise, better small games, and the picture quality can't be too high, such as small white lights, reserved programs, King Glory, want to maintain the smoothness of the whole game, including the team battle can't be too laggy, so for my test, the picture quality can only use energy saving and higher. Will be adjusted more frequently, and I can't say too much. Let's try it directly. Start now. To sum up, let's consider the cost effectiveness of the $40. In the current mobile phone market, if you can buy such a product, no one would say it's expensive, right? Of course, there are some aspects of this phone that you should carefully consider. Firstly, after-sales service. You can only rely on e-commerce platforms, and currently there are no offline channels. Secondly, the Java system is a public version with better optimization and adaptation capabilities than large factories. Thirdly, the starting price is $40, which is the lowest configuration price. The lowest configuration memory is only 4 plus 64 GB. To deal with it, the current bulky app is very challenging. Please be aware that there is really nothing else to say about this price. What else is there for bicycles? It's quite good. So, this video is very good. That's it, by the way. If you like my video, don't. Thank you so much, bye-bye.